Hi, Roger Weinmeister. We're here on the factory floor of Command Light. We're going to give you a behind-the-scenes tour of the factory. Everything in Command Light starts out, sheet metal comes in from our vendors. So after the sheet metal comes in, the first thing we do, our engineers have designed and laid out the product the way we want it. Comes to the laser, we move the sheets into that. We can cut with this laser 24 hours a day to keep product flowing to you. So like the sheet metal, we also start with raw ingots. Some of the Command Light parts are cast from the ingots you see here. I'll show you on a little bit later how we're moving these into spindles to make the heart of the Command Light product. Okay, so from the foundry, this is a part just out of casting. It's been smoothed off and ground. It's ready to become a spindle. One of the first operations Steve's going to do here is face off this back side, drill these holes, and so he can grab it from the other side and turn this into a nice, smooth, finished part. So after some of the sheet metal parts come off the laser, they're formed in an AccuPress, formed into finished parts for the Command Light. This is a night light entrance box, and Louis here is putting them together, our chief welder. So give it a shot, Louis. So we're here in powder paint, ready to finish off some of these parts, get them ready for assembly. This we call a soup bowl. It's a spindle bearing assembly that holds the cantilevered arm so we can still do our street light position on our Command Light products. Again, this is cast in the foundry, machined in the machine shop. Same time, this is one of our lettered end plates. Again, cast in the foundry, machined, ready for paint. By making all this product in-house, we've got total control over the quality. If we see something that needs to be better, if we see something that needs a little bit of gusset to add thickness, we can easily do that by making all our own parts. Nice thing about powder coat, it's a superior finish for all weather applications. A Command Light ends up on top of a truck, spends a lot of its life in your fire station, but when it's out in the weather, it's got to hold up. It's got to hold up in salt conditions. It's got to hold up in the worst freezing weather. That's the nice thing about powder coat, is it moves with the metal and has superior adhesion. Okay, now we're up into the assembly area. This is a base assembly for a shadow light. We didn't see any of these parts previously because there's hundreds of parts that goes into making one of these lights. But you can see stuff that came from the laser, from the machine shop. A lot of detail here. This is a lookup light. This is required by NFPA. This illuminates the area of operation so you're not raising up into trees, into power lines, anything like that that could harm you. So now we're to light tree assembly. This is the reason you're going to buy a Command Light, is to get this tree that you can position whatever scene you're on. We'll use only the best lights, Wayland, FRC, FireTech. This tree here is set up with our backlight assembly. That allows the lower two banks of light to go 180 degrees the other way. That allows you to light multiple parts of the scene. You can shine that down on the pump panel if you need a little extra light there, or around the truck to keep your guys safe. A lot of the quality you don't necessarily see from the outside. This is the inside of a nightlight spindle. This is a slip ring, same thing that they build for tank turrets and everything else, that allows it to rotate 360 degrees continuously. Rotation motor, you can see how we have put all these parts together. You can see the quality in what we do, even though this is not a part you're going to see looking at the light. So this is the brains of any Command Light product. David here is our master builder of all things electronic. Fletch back here in the background is cutting wires for him. You saw this on the shadow light. This controls all functions. This is the lookup light we talked about previously. This is where this all happens. So we talked about the brains of the tower. This is how you control that tower. This is a circuit board, backlit switches to make it easy for you on scene. If you'll notice, this controller has a heavy-duty aluminum plate. There again, trying to make it easy and tough for you guys on scene. All connected with a Cat 5 cable. So this controller makes it easy for you, anybody on the department, to set that light up so the rest of you can go rescue the people. In addition to this handheld controller, we've got wireless options and we've got electronic options, VMUX, so you can control it from the VMUX display in your cab. So here we are at the final assembly table. Ryan's our expert at doing this. He'll dial everything in, make sure it's right. You see the lookup light working. This is the final touches before you guys get it at the fire department. One of the nice little things that not everybody sees too, every light comes with one of these thermoses on there. No, it's not for your hot chocolate. If for any reason the light tower hangs up on scene, you lose your generator, something like that, there's a number that you can call back to the factory, and there's parts that you can take a cap off and you can lower this and get back to the station. So we're thinking about all aspects of minimizing your time on scene when we put these things together. So these lights are ready to ship out. A lot of these go to OEMs. I see on the lists here. This one's actually going to Pierce. This one's going to one of the REV companies. That one's going to one of our dealers. So these are ready to go out and be placed on a fire truck. Thanks for hanging with us for the tour of Command Light. If there's anything that we can do to help you, come do a demo, whatever, let us know and we'll be glad to help.